Bible showing Cass, E.T., Bez, and Prince. Excuse me, bro. My bad. You know what I mean? We loud
He
today.
came in hot on that one.
Man, super hot. You know, every day is a special day, man. We got the camera above us right now. A couple cameras everywhere. Super producer gonna be in the building talking with us in a minute, man, as well. A lot of stuff has happened this past weekend.
Yes, it has.
Like during the week.
It's been a crazy week.
It's been a ridiculous week, man. R. Kelly.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, but racketeering, I don't get, like, where was he making money at?
He was transporting
Hoeing.
people across.
Where was he
lines.
making money at, bro? Like, I want to see the transcripts on this.
I want to see.
I don't.
that
He wasn't
part.
making no money.
Yeah, I don't understand the racketeering charge. I mean, I don't know.
I don't get that. I wish I did.
He was on tour, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't. He wasn't like.
Them bitches going across state lines again. It's fucked up, bro.
You know what's so crazy? It was like when I was watching this series, right? And I'm watching this series, and by any means, this does not give this man a pass for anything that he's done. Can I be clear about that? But I'm not also going to be stupid and act like I did not hear those young women and kids, or whatever you want to call them, tell their story about how they lied about their age to him, how the parents allowed their kids to go backstage with him, allowed a lot, like, you know, remember the girls that were staying in the house and they was like, yeah, we used to try to recruit girls from MySpace. I was like, what? And it's crazy that I'm watching this go on, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, as a grown man at 15, 16, 17, even 18, right? I had some ideas of like what I was not going to do and accept, or, you know, you knew right from wrong. Like I didn't figure it out at like 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they knew what they was doing.
Of course it is.
But it was because this person was popular and had money. Now, once that money and popularity goes away, all of a sudden now it's not right. It's not just anymore. Does it take away from anything that he's done? Absolutely not. But I think there's a lot more blame to go around than just to R. Kelly for the actions that they supplied.
Right. I agree.
You know?
It takes a whole organization to cover up for years.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff and amount of shit.
R. Kelly wasn't booking his own flights and telling, like, you know, when he pointed at a girl in the crowd, it was his handlers that went out there and got him. And it was the parents that's like, yeah, go ahead and go back there with him. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
They knew what was going on. He wasn't calling them backstage so that they could read Bible scriptures and stuff like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was taking them to Romans 12 and 18.
I don't even know Bible scripture, but I know it had nothing to do with Jesus.
Hey, you said it.
I mean, you said Romans. I don't even know. I don't even know what that is.
Making it legitimate.
There it is. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you.
I don't know if that was the scripture though.
I just think that the stuff with R. Kelly to me is so much deeper than, you know, than who's getting the blame. I remember this is not by any means in relations to like what they've done, but what I mean by getting the blame for everyone else's participation. I remember when Waka was first coming up, okay, and this is like when Waka was like the new dude on the rise. Everyone was, all the homies was hanging around him. Woo, woo, woo. They used to come to the club 30, 40 deep and throwing up blood and all this stuff. And then if a fight broke out, Waka got blamed.
Yeah.
Cool. All the other coons around him that started it, he could have been sitting there, right? And then what I'm saying that is to say, like, when you're the artist, it's not like you didn't do it all yourself. You know, with R. Kelly, like, come on, he didn't. It's so much deeper than, damn, R. Kelly, you had sex with a minor, because if that's what he's getting, I don't see those charges. Racketeering? Like what?
Well, I think it's deeper than that. I think it's definitely a black man with money. They don't want to see that.
Hey, I don't know what it could be.
I think it's a witch hunt, a little bit.
I think it's a little bit of a witch. I'm not trying to defend the man at all.
It's something that's been going on for years. I mean, think about it. I mean, 2003? 2002. I mean, the first allegations came out.
Yeah, and he dropped albums after that, and everyone was like, "Fucking." They still did songs with him.
Yeah,
they still did music with him, and they still like was like, "Ah, it's all good," you know.
The king of R&B, right?
Yeah, you're cool. King R&B, cool. We know the allegations. We know what we've seen in her because you know being behind the music industry, you hear things that we don't put out there to the world because it's like, okay, this is just a product.
Yeah.
And people let that stuff go every day. So it wasn't like no one knew. I mean, Aaliyah's parents allowed her to be with this dude and get, was it like a behind the scenes marriage?
Yeah.
I mean, did they sign off on it for real though? I mean, I don't.
They signed off. They allowed a 27-year-old dude to
definitely
smash a
allowed.
16-year-old girl
Yep. They definitely allowed it.
I don't.
and write a song called "The Age Is Just a Number."
And age is just a number, guys.
Go to
And
your
R.
room.
Kelly's age.
Go to your room.
You know what? I didn't even think about that record until I
After he-
remember listening to it in '95. When it came out, and I was in Maryland and for the summer. And when it came out, I was like, "What the hell?" But you know, I wasn't thinking about age in relations to Aaliyah and R. Kelly because I was like R. Kelly, but R. Kelly was old in.
He was 27. You got to remember this guy came out in the late 80s.
Yeah.
R. Kelly's if you took away the shit that he's done, his musical background is retarded. This nigga wrote for Celine Dion. He wrote like he did things with Michael Jackson. He had songs that
came out.
like, you know, if there was a versus battle, it'd be him versus him. Like, pick a decade.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they should have got him
Musically.
They should have got him some psychological help, like real shit.
Well, he had a lot of issues, definitely.
I don't know if psychological help can help with the fact that you want to smash, 15-year-old girls and you're a grown, you're a grown man. This isn't the 1600 empire where it's legal. I'm gonna marry your daughter. But it just what I just think there's a lot of blame to go around. That's just insane to me. But I wish all those families the best. You need to do some deep soul searching and think about what you allowed, for a man to do because he was rich and famous. It's almost like I tell people all the time, why do you listen to Bill Gates about anything medically? Because he's rich and famous. You know what murderers and psychopaths all have, most of them have in common? Not all of them, but some of them.
They're cancers.
No, they're high IQs.
There's a fact.
They're very intelligent.
They're high IQs, and and some of them. How many times have you heard about serial killers that I never knew he was normal. He used to go to the church and he had a regular job and da da da. You never know. Like they're just sitting there
cutting people up.
Yeah,
putting them in prisons. You're like, what the fuck? I didn't know
eating
that
penis
was
sandwiches like it's nothing.
human ear sandwiches with ketchup.
Oh, bro. Jeffrey Dahmer's like, I had the real Subway a long time ago. Like,
hey, he had it frozen. He was keeping it for like thawing out for the next meal.
Yeah.
Shit. That's
what
crazy.
I'm saying? He was eating real tube steak.
Super tube steak.
Oh, man. So,
the hell, man.
But it's funny because I look at someone like a Bill Gates is no different. The only reason he gets a pass is because he's wealthy. Like, the things that he's trying to do and get away with. This man literally said, I'm sorry going to Bill Gates from R. Kelly to Bill Gates. I don't know how I
did
that.
that.
It's
it's
pretty amazing, right?
Seamless
transition, right? I should write this shit down. So listen, this is the thing. You're talking about a guy in Bill Gates, okay? He tells people in a conference, I think it was 2015 or 16, that the reason why vaccines are important for smaller countries or third world countries, as he puts it, was because in those countries, a lot of people have a lot of kids because some of them die. They don't have the natural, or not natural, but they're not healthy enough to keep all the kids. So they end up having a whole bunch because they don't know who's going to live and be able to keep the family name going on or help take care of the parents when they get older. Yeah. So they have a whole bunch of kids. And people go, oh, Dad, that makes sense. It don't make sense to me because if they're dying, then they're not adding any population. Most of the continent of Africa is like a little over 1.8 billion people. That's nothing for that continent. All of America can fit in Africa 3 times. It's nothing.
How many's in America?
340 million people.
Yeah,
almost.
that's it.
Oh, wow.
So you're talking about Africa, which is ginormous. There's parts of Africa people still don't even know, have never been to. China on the other hand, has got 1.3 billion people, and they still
I
have
thought it was more than that.
they still have deserts and rainforests and everything else that no one lives. So
Right.
so when you're talking about population of people, and that's his reasoning, it doesn't make any reasoning based off of that what he said, right? Because if they're dying, then it doesn't matter. You don't need to vaccinate them, right? But people let it sounds good coming from him because, oh, this guy's a billionaire, so we should listen.
Well, I mean, and then you got to understand this is all a money play too, because he's behind
Definitely a
the
money
actual vaccine and the development. He put billions of dollars from the foundation
Right.
into research for the vaccine.
I don't think
A
it's a
lot of
money
people-
thing though.
Well, he's making money. I'll
Well,
tell you that.
I don't think it's about money. You know what I think it's about?
What you think?
Power.
Population control.
Power and control. Like it's at some
I go
point.
with you that.
At
too.
some point, money. When you when you have the kind of money he has, his money is making money on like every second. That is ridiculous. You know what I mean? He's not thinking about bread. He's thinking about control. And this is what I mean by psychopaths. Psychopaths do things. I'm telling you, this is what I mean. This is the correlation right here. Psychopaths do
Seville
things.
cases of
He found a way, said, okay, I'm just as crazy as your ass, but I'm going to become rich and famous. And now I can get away with mass murder and no one will question it because I'm rich and famous.
Okay.
And I'm connected with power, and I put this political person into play, and I put money behind the WHO, and I put money into the CDC, and I'm going to put all this information out there, and even though the dots are easily connected, I'm going to make it seem like it's a conspiracy theory.
Right.
And it's crazy when you say it because it's like it's all evidence there in front of you, but you're not allowed to question it otherwise, and you can't question it because he's rich. If he was a regular dude, and you found out that he had a plot to like, sterilize the world or kill people, he'd be locked up. But because he's put money behind people's, stuff, it's crazy to me. What was that? What was the country he tried to send those people to get vaccinated? And he was gonna do he did a thing with a company with synthetic food. He tried to give their ass synthetic food, and this ass they ended up killing his people.
Do you know about him trying to block the sun? You heard about that?
Yeah.
Trying to block
trying
the
to-
sun.
It's dog. This guy is because
So,
go ahead.
melanin. Is it something about the melanin?
Something about melanin. So
Us
this
as black people have it, white people don't have it, and he's trying to actually build something to block the sun.
kind of like
Sounds weird, don't it?
yeah. And then he buys all this farmland. Part of it in Georgia, by the way, you guys. I don't know if you guys know, near the east side. I don't know if you guys know over here on the east side where we're at. You might see Bill Gates rolling down the street one day. You know what I mean? In his murder mobile. This thinking about
Y'all
how can I
crazy.
kill you niggas today? I don't trust nothing that dude says, bro. I don't care. The moment I found out in 2016 he recommended that book, How to Lie with Statistics. I've been reading that book. I will never trust nothing out that man's mouth ever again, let alone most politicians or anything else.
Yeah.
I don't even understand it. It's like in your face, and people still
He
question
hides
it.
the truth in your face.
It's
Like,
in your face, and people still try to like justify it. It's kind of like trying to listen to people trying to justify, I got to eat something, and they go to McDonald's and they're like, oh, I can't lose weight. And it's like, you're eating McDonald's. Yeah, but it's the only thing I can get. It's like, you can't justify it. I don't know. But anyway, are we done talking? I've been talking too much.
I'm enjoying it.
Who we got in the building? Let them know.
Have we done our introduction?
We have not. I was gonna.
I was waiting till you.
We want to come back around? Yeah, we're gonna play some commercials. I mean, not commercials, some more music. We're gonna get a change of clothes over here for Prince.
I
You
didn't
look like you
change it. I took off my jacket.
Yeah, you
'cause
look
I
like you
was
just got
about
done
to turn
suing
into
somebody from court.
No, I was. I'm about to close a deal, so I dressed up for the occasion.
Oh.
But anyways,
I haven't
Are you
reached that level.
joking?
I need to. When I get to that level, I'll dress up too.
while you're joking, my Samoan brother.
First of all, you want me to be Samoan? Jesus Christ! I have the most African name in here.
What's your original name?
Hey, look, when I lived in Hawaii, man,
Tatif
I had
Malik.
friends look just like you, though.
You know, Tatif Malik is my real name.
My man,
That's
Taj Mahal. All right,
So, hey, that's
let's get to the mother.
hey, I was gonna say the same thing, yo.
Hey,
Hey,
You guys keep it locked
man.
right here, man. B100. Fuck both of y'all, man. At the Incredible Show and Podcast. Keep it
Yeah.
locked. Let's go. hope what it is, World Man, the Incredibles show and podcast, world's best host, E.T. Bez and the boy Prince.
Yeah.
We have a super producer in the building, man. You know what? I'm gonna say something else. I'm not gonna say super producer. I'm gonna say a producer ingredients, because I feel like he's been a part of different eras of the ATL sound. He's an ingredient that comes out of the music. He's worked with a lot of people like Zaytoven, different artists from different types of eras. Very versatile, and he's in the building right now. Please announce yourself to the world, pimp.
Yo, it's your boy Cassius J. How y'all doing?
Cassius J.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me ask, do you remember the first song that you produced that got like noticed? Like, oh damn.
I definitely remember it because it was with a great artist. He's passed right now, but it was with Bank Roll Fresh. Hot Boy.
Okay.
Hot Boy.
Right.
And that's what put me on.
Wow.
And that's what put me in the streets.
Right.
So I definitely remember exactly when it happened. I recorded it at my studio, so I remember the time, everything. So it was a great period.
You know, but you worked with other artists prior to that, though. You was behind the scenes with other stuff.
Yeah, I was really. I had did a record with Justin Bieber and Boyz II Men. I had did a whole bunch of August. I seen that Lloyd, Lloyd and Wale.
I've known you for a long time. You've been in the game, so that's why I say ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, you were playing elements on other producers.
Right.
Music.
Exactly.
You know,
me and Zay was doing a lot of stuff together. Me, Zaytoven, me in London. Who else I guess name? Me and C-Note. There was a lot of us doing a lot of
Honorable
stuff.
C-Note.
And I was getting, the co-production, not too much credit for it, but I didn't care at the moment.
Right.
I was
you getting your name out there, get a little bit of money, you know what I mean? A little respect.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you've reached a certain status, because that's a pretty big list to say I have on my list. You're working with which kind of artists now are you working with?
Oh man. More like artists here. I would say R&B cats like Tory Lanez, Party Next Door, of course Pee Wee Longway, and then all the Atlanta cats, Quavo, them, Migos, so still doing that. Then doing my own thing. Of course, I just invented this whole new wave of music called trap jazz. So it's trap beats on top of jazz music.
Okay.
So that did real good. Me and Jeezy and Sosa put out a song that did stream real good. So me now I'm more focused on myself and really not just working with just artists. It's like building my brand, building something like you said, something new. Trap jazz, nobody had heard that before. You heard R&B, jazz and stuff, but you had never heard trap music when it came to jazz. So that's something I'm focused on right now.
That's crazy.
I have a theory. The reason why hip hop is always so big and has taken over is the number one stream genre for the last 15 years. Around the world, no matter the type of hip hop it is. My theory is because I think that it's one of the only music genres that comes with a culture attached to it, but it's also one of the only musical genres that accepts other elements.
Right.
So trap jazz is like, okay, we're interested, like, oh yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where certain pop songs is kind of like, no, it has to be this way, or it's not pop, or it's not country if you don't do it this way. And it kind of it alienates them from expanding and growing.
Right. I agree.
And trap jazz, we're sitting here like, we'll smoke. And we're like, yeah, all right, nigga, let's go.
I want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
What's that sound?
Yeah, let's roll that up and smoke it. Let's see what's going on with that.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah. So now that you've reached a certain level of success with your music industry, do you find time to like date, or are you just like, nah, man, I can't do it?
I'm always dating.
So you're a whore. That's cool.
I'm always out there.
That's all right. You know what, man? Being an ATL whore is not hard to do in the city of the ATL. There's a whole lot of guacamole to dip your chip into, and
what crazy.
Yes, man. There's a whole lot of guacamole. Oh my god, you gotta dip your chip in some guacamole. So, you don't have like 20 different kids running around. Are you all right?
Nah, I only have 4.
Only?
Yeah, 4.
God damn.
But
all right, Eddie Murphy.
I started early, so I started having kids when I was 20.
Oh.
So now I'm 36.
So
my kids is 16, 14, 10.
Right.
Well, 12 and 10. So I'm like,
I'm halfway home.
Yeah, I'm halfway. I'm there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I'm smiling.
No, that's all good, bro. Hey,
When your
hey,
son can go fix his own sandwich, you ain't got to get up. We good, man.
Go
Tell them
fix your
girl,
own-
tell them
make your own cereal.
tell them girls soon they get in the house. Hey, get out if you want me to pull out because it's not going down. Let's go down quickly. But anyway, when it comes to this music, man, and the scene that you're in right now, what is it about Tory Lanez that makes it like a big deal for you? Because you were talking off the air about how you just like him so much.
Oh man, with Tory Lanez, I just like his versatility. The way he's just like, he could rap, he could sing. The boy could do a solo album with just him. He could write. It's just so much comes with him as an artist. He's just incredible. You
Yeah.
know. And then he gives you inspiration as a producer. You can just listen to something and his melodies and stuff. It'll make you want to just change the whole beat around. Like,
Right.
hold on, let me go back in. So I think Tory, I guess the reason I was saying I enjoy working with him because he inspired me. It's inspiration to see him get on there and freestyle on somebody else's beat and go harder than them. And he's just going off this dome. He's just it just inspired me to be like, whoa.
That's crazy.
So me being in the studio with Tory, and then it improved my production. So me growing up as a church musician, when you play behind singers that could really sing,
Right.
it made you play harder. It made you play better. It made you do different chords. So with being with Tory and the way he's coming up about being one of the greatest artists in the world, rappers in the world, it makes you push your production to a whole nother level. So that's why I enjoy working with Tory so much.
Right.
It's like he's pushing me to be better.
Hey man, you guys keep it locked right here, man. BE100, the incredible show and podcast, man. Big producers in the building right now, ATL and the boy from the East Side, man. So if you guys listening around the world, hey, we got some more to talk about.
ATL.
You got some music around here too, or no?
Yeah, we can play some of this bad stuff and then we'll
Get into something you got going on. Okay, cool, man. You guys keep it locked right now, man. BE100. All right, keep it locked right here. Let's go. T-Bez and the boy Prince.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
just- U.S. album chart preview. You ready? Number 1, Drake, 132K.
Yep.
Number 2, Young Boy, Never Broke Again. Number 3, Lil Nas X, and it drops down after that. So Drake is 132K, Young Boy is 131, and Lil Nas X 55K. Olivia 49, Kanye West 49, Doja Cat 43, Morgan Wallen 39, and then the list goes down from
The
there.
album sold.
Yeah.
So this is
Equivalent.
the equivalent to. So you're talking about. This is I always tell people, and you guys know this too from being in the industry. You always know when you have a good project or a good single, not for the first week, but the second, third, and fourth week. This is like Drake's third week.
So no Kanye?
Kanye was on there, but he was ranked. Let's see. No, he wasn't. He wasn't
like
third.
9, 10.
He was
Oh,
ranked
wow.
number 5th.
Oh, fine.
Fifth.
He
Okay.
just went gold.
Right.
Yeah, he just won't go. Whereas
Still
Drake,
dope. That's-
Drake's singles are going platinum right now.
Yeah,
But you know, but again, this is the thing that we were talking about before when it comes to artistry of music and understanding the difference between putting out music that you like versus what the audience likes.
Right.
Drake is just a crowd pleaser, bro. He just is. Whether you like him or not, he's a crowd pleaser and he wins. He finds a way to win, harmonizing and singing. He does relatable music. Pipe Down was the shit.
Right.
You know, he does relatable music. Yeah. I told you before, the difference between him and Kanye is Drake will go to a strip club and party with the strippers, and Kanye will go to the strip club and say, y'all got to be here. Come on. Let me show you a better way. It's like, bro, I don't want to be shown a better way. I'm trying to ride this pole
I
real
do
quick.
not want you to lead me into the light.
Yeah. Can I just dance for a little bit before you
My
try to
light
tell me not
is
to
making
dance?
this money right now.
But anyway, man, super producer in the building one more time, bro. Announce yourself again, pimp.
Cassius J.
Mr. J.
Yes, sir.
How did you learn to make the jump from what you thought was music to understanding, oh, there's a whole world out here? Because that's a different leap from your side of the town to the 7 billion people on the planet. That's a different leap.
Man, I think the jump was a blessing for me because I had the God himself, Zaytoven.
Okay.
So the jump for me was easy because like I started off making R&B and pop. I looked at Zay and I seen him just making a lot of street music, but it was going worldwide. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So me watching Zay and taking all the notes from Zaytoven and then putting it into myself and making my sound, it helped me just like stretch out and to branch out to reach different type people, different artists, different
Right.
people. So I was just blessed with the God himself. Zaytoven. That's my jump. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try to make it seem like I did something. I just watched.
Well, you mean
what
you
was
listen? A lot of
Right. I watched. I learned.
Yeah.
I paid attention and watched what he was doing, and I just enhanced it and put it into my sound,
right.
and then built from there.
How does your family feel that you've come to this level now of success? Like, oh my God, he's
At first, nobody. It was crazy when I was having my run. Nobody wasn't paying no attention. But then all of a sudden, now the trap music has become
worldwide.
so worldwide. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, my cousin do this, my son do this." Like,
Right. You have a lot
I've
more
been
family members.
yeah, a lot more. That's like I've been telling y'all this was going on
Right.
5-10 years ago. Now y'all paying attention.
That's
So, but my mom, she's happy. I just, matter of fact, 2018, I just helped her get a house and cars. I paid for a wedding.
Right.
You know, did some landscaping for her. So my mom is very, very proud of me.
Right.
My dad passed away when I was young, but
Okay.
my mom's still here. So she's very happy, you know, and that's all it's about, my mom and my kids.
Right.
Anybody else, I can care less. But
No, that's real. That's how it's
Damn.
kind of supposed to be,
Kids,
though.
And my brothers, they straight. We family around here, so they straight.
If you could make music for a country, what country would you make it for?
You know what? I would do, like, I don't know if this is the correct word, so I'm gonna say Mexicans or Mexico.
Mexico?
Yeah, I don't know.
Spanish
music?
Right?
Yeah.
Spanish music.
Españoles.
I want to do that so bad.
With the horns,
Yes. They all sound the same. Like I live next door to some Mexicans, and it's just like every beat is just the same.
Think about Jay White did that with Cardi B with the one record.
He did.
What's the record?
Oh yeah, he chopped it out that old
Oh
Mexican
yeah,
record, Spanish
yeah.
record.
The one that showed the
I
Corona.
like it like that.
I
I
like
like
that.
it. Yes, man. I would
that's
love
dope.
to do some Spanish. If I don't even know the name, I don't Dominican because they listen to that stuff.
Brazil too. They be going
So
crazy
I
too.
would love to do that.
It's like Mexican trap.
Latin, Mexican trap, Latino.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like
sir.
Latin trap.
Yeah, Latin trap.
I'm sure there's artists like that.
But no, there's a lot of artists like that.
You know what I mean, that you
A lot of
probably
artists.
could just tap into, especially like in Brazil
Right.
or in Mexico. Like, just holler at one of the cartel members.
Oh, that's easy.
You just better not mess up their song.
I'm telling you.
You did not put the guitars in there. You did not.
Or the
Hey,
hi-hat.
look, come out. We need to get you.
Be your
What
last
pressure
beat.
that is, man.
That was a good one.
Nigga
though.
sweating at the keyboard.
Cartel record.
Yes, sir.
Banta music. Yeah.
The Latino sound.
Yeah.
Man, look, I dated this girl, very popular girl, Stormy Willis. I moved to Miami with her. And all I used to do is sit on the beach, every day for a whole year. This is no lie. 2018.
She had that. You guys still together?
Not no more now. She definitely had me strong. So I would sit on the beach. Hey, and all I would hear was just that Latino. You just hear it all down Ocean Drive.
Yeah.
Yes, it just
Latin bass.
It's just that bass, man. It's just, and I kind of got hip.
House
with it.
music.
House music. I just got hip to it, and I always said that's something I was going to do. Now that I'm saying it, it's going to happen. So you could expect it to happen soon.
You have to do some trap house music then. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's tough, man. Meet some good guacamole moves you to a whole other state.
You
Yeah.
did.
Hey, he might.
That pussy was good. Where you going, Miami, nigga? This
Miami.
motherfucker.
I'm laying on the
She had
beach.
them good
for a
ass
whole
sugar
year.
walls.
That nigga was going nowhere. I was there.
Sugar
Hey,
walls.
from the
Nigga
condo
was stuck
to
on the beach.
Hey, I ain't at no BET awards and that. I'm at the house in
Get out the house, nigga. Why you in Miami? Yeah, you met this girl? These sugar walls is fire.
I tell you.
Awesome, jawsome.
Hey,
Crazy, man.
yo.
It's true.
We can't do a serious interview. I'm sorry.
Hey, so now that you've trained, you've done pop, you've done rap, you've done R&B. I know what
Trap
other
jazz.
things- Yeah, trap jazz. You created something, which we're working on situation for. But so, what's the other thing that you love? Another genre that you love?
See, Prince is asking this question because Prince came to church with me on Sunday.
Okay.
I invited Prince to church. He showed up clean as a whistle.
Really?
I dressed the pastor.
Hey,
That joke was clean.
that's that publishing chick.
Yes, you know it. So, of course, my other favorite genre of music, which is my heart, is gospel.
Okay.
I grew up in the church. My daddy was a pastor.
Okay.
Grandma was the mother over the motherboard.
Okay, not
My
the
uncle
motherboard.
was the bishop. My brother is a pastor, so sister-in-law. So gospel is my other passion. So Prince know this already. I'm working with one of the Prince of gospel, which is John P. Key.
Okay.
We done did like 4 or 5 songs, and we got this one that's going crazy. I haven't even dropped it yet, but I keep like posting it on Instagram, and it's going crazy. They already got it up on Genius on something I was watching. They already
Right.
got like the song is out,
Yeah.
but it ain't out. Oh,
Yeah,
YouTube or something. They just got so many clips of it.
Right.
They're streaming it. They like Cash is dropping a song with John P. Key. But we ain't put it out yet. So that's what I'm working on this year. We actually, me and Prince and a couple other guys, we trying to put together this gospel situation.
Okay.
And it's and we trying to take gospel back to when Kirk had it and when a lot of Warren Campbell,
Yeah.
when they had it, it was more funk.
Yeah.
Stomp, Now it don't switched over to more like contemporary country, Caucasian music. So I'm trying to, it's very,
It don't have that funk.
it's very
Yeah.
just one,
Very
two, three,
old
four.
school
It's
pimp
an
suit.
area. It's
Yeah.
like the praise team.
Yeah.
at
Oh my
community.
It
gosh.
could be a little
church.
depression. So we trying to bring back some hop back to the gospel. That's
Some fun to it.
yeah, some fun.
You've been at this for a very long time. Some people, they have a limit.
Right.
Do you think you have a limit? Like, okay, I'm done.
if I do have a limit, I say this: I have seasons. Everybody has seasons.
Mhm.
So I think trap was a season. I think what trap music was a season. I think jazz is going to be a season. Gospel. So yes, I think we all have seasons. Is my season up? No. I've been doing it 10 years. I got another 10 to go.
Right.
So you know, me being a spiritual guy, I can see like when it's coming to an end. You don't have to be a psychic to see, oh, these calls are getting short, you know, or
Right.
these sessions are getting shorter. So it's like you start building on something else, you know, and I think that's why I did the trap jazz and the gospel. That's a whole nother form of music, and it's something that I can rebuild my name off of.
Maybe you need to give Shakira a call and rebuild her career. She been chilling for a minute, you know what I mean? Get her ass a song real quick. Shakira. But anyway,
tell her call. Hit me up, Shakira.
Shakira, where you at?
Can't wait
tell
to
Tori.
do
I
it.
bet Tori got her number.
Hey, the hips.
I bet I
What
can.
was her hit?
Yeah, she was like
Hips
the hip.
don't lie.
Like the hips. She had the
Wyclef,
hips. Yeah,
Wow.
They
Wyclef
don't
did something
lie.
with her. You know what I mean?
Chris
So,
Reeves is Pete's.
Wyclef. I did a song with Wyclef.
have you ever seen some of the people from your high school like, damn, you made it, bro?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Well, it's the thing. The all the guys I went to high school with that became rappers from the east side are like the biggest guys, like Future.
Okay.
I went to
yeah.
high school with Future.
Right.
So we were real close. You had Young Capone. I don't know what Capone used to call himself. Rodriguez or something. I don't know what you call it, but it was a lot of them. Fresh Trent. A lot of them came from our high school. So yeah, I always see a lot of people from high school be like, man, I'm proud of you. But
What high school you went to? Right?
Columbia High School, right down the street,
Oh,
by
right.
2.5
Yeah,
miles.
yeah.
I know
Yep.
exactly where you went.
Same
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Tucker and all that.
Yeah.
When I moved out here, this is the first place I moved. Right on Cannon Road.
Right on Cannon
It
Road.
was rough.
Hey, we made it, man.
Yeah,
but we
you know,
made
we
it.
riding down and just seeing the east side.
Different.
It's like it's very different. It's a blessing that we, you know, made it, but it's a blessing that we can always come back.
Yeah.
The good thing was I never screwed over anybody. So when
Yeah,
I
that's
go
true.
places, I don't never feel worried about
Love.
nothing, no harm, because I never did harm to nobody.
Right.
So it's like we riding through the hood. I was like, well, I'm gonna go through my own neighborhood real
Yeah.
quick. And then Prince called. He's like, where you at? I was like, I got 6 minutes, man. And I went through past my house real quick. You know, just remembering, like, dang, bro, we came a long way from Callan Road, and we all the way in Paris and London and Dubai.
Right.
We living. So,
Smashing hoes that can't speak English.
yeah,
man.
you can't even speak English. You can't
You
even
know
tell
what
them
I'm
they cuckoo thing.
Yeah.
You're like, no, stinky. I just slam, you know.
You
it
know
just-
what? No. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Another secret thing Cash is dope is as a music director. He's done Party Next Door. He's been on tour with a lot of the big
Party,
guys.
the
It's crazy.
dream.
That's dope.
So when you talk when I talk about producers, I'm as a publisher, and you know, Bez, we manage producers, songwriters, we do a lot together.
Yeah.
But in our past, I always pride myself on working with guys that actually knew music, could actually play a instrument that they mastered
Yeah.
and turned it into something to build around. You know, like the Mike Snoddies of the world, all these guys, B. Cox of the world, all these
Right.
guys
Kenny
that
Bartow.
Manuel Seal. I mean, I can go on and on. The guys that I work with,
Tim and Bob.
Tim Kelly, who I'm working with right now. You know what I'm saying? These are the guys. So I put Cassius in that vein. It's just he started in the rap side, you know, pop R&B, but mostly came known on the trap,
Right.
rap side. But still, he's down home a musician.
Yeah,
That's what I take pride in.
most great producers that I've ever met can play instruments. I know Zaytoven with drums and the keys.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean? So yeah, it makes a lot. He grew up in the churches like you
right.
did.
We got the same story.
So it's
Y'all go to the same church?
Nah, we
Same story, I
We
thought.
have the same story.
Oh.
We played together at churches, but we don't go to the same church.
Gotcha.
yeah. So it's a pretty cool thing. But
And that's crazy when you were saying like I came through so many eras. I kind of got overlooked so much because I didn't really have a story because my story was already the same story as my big brother.
Yeah.
So it sounded like, oh man,
yeah,
he's
but
just
when
repeating.
I say you came through areas, you gotta remember like even now, like I'm still hosting like a lot of clubs all over the city.
right.
So all the parties coming up in like 2010 and 9 up until like
Right.
now, Mansion and Obsessions,
Right.
Libra,
Wow.
like Mint Lounge,
Man.
like the list goes on, bro. Like
Yes.
I always seen y'all there.
Yeah.
I remember Future used to stand next to me at Obsessions, just watching the crowd on Friday nights, and then Club Miami, Studio 72.
Oh yeah.
The
Um,
older line.
Yeah.
um,
Them clubs right there.
yeah, like these are like legendary spots that even the guys that are currently doing the same thing in the clubs now, like they was there too. They was just they was the promoters or the interns, if you want to call them, watching. But like you was always there with those guys,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Always standing around.
Yeah. So that's why I say you've been around so many different eras, because I remember that this sound was going on and you were there,
Right.
and this sound was going on and he was there. Like that's why I've known him for so long. Like he'd pop in with an artist sometimes I didn't even know he was dealing with.
Right.
He just pop in, he's like, "What's up?" Like, "Oh shit, you here too, nigga?" Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's been a lot of different eras that you've been a part of. So it's definitely helped you soak it up. I'm guessing.
Well, you know, I definitely soaked up a lot of game. But to give you your flowers, man, you was an inspiration too. I saw you. No, I gotta say it on camera live. Hey man, I watched you invent so many just topics and so many things when it came to radio. Your voice, it was just like when you heard your voice, it just like, oh man, this is refreshing, cool. You know, it ain't Big Tigger, it ain't not throwing shots, it ain't this old cat Ryan Carey. It's like somebody young that we can relate to.
Yeah.
And, you know, I appreciate that, man. That was inspiration.
No,
Because wanting to be cool with the radio host was like the big thing when I was coming up.
Oh yeah.
Like, you don't know no radio directors and you don't know no radio hosts. Like, so me getting a chance to sit in the room with you and Stewie and all those cats, Greg and a lot of J-Tech. A lot of people. J-Tech really showed me a lot of support too. J-Tech when it came to the radio. Hurricane Dave.
Yeah.
They showed me so much support with me coming up in my career. It was like, man, I guess that's why I last so long. That's why I was.
You know, it's an element of the world that's never going to go anywhere, and people don't realize how still popular it is.
Yeah.
And that it's not just, you know, even when we were coming up,
right?
We were online at that time.
Wow.
It wasn't like we just were only on air. You got to realize the first podcast came out in 2003.
Oh wow.
Our first show, me and Jay's first show, wasn't until 2007. Wow. Because before us was Cocoa Brother.
Yep.
So, you know,
he just take me back so far.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
I'm Atlanta born and raised.
Yeah, when we got on the air, we were already doing online listening at that time, you know, and then like 2007 is the same year the first iPhone came out. So we were like already on the whole
different way.
Yeah, different way. We were the beginning of what is now.
Did you think your sound was still gonna be the sound of the day?
I didn't even think about it.
Wow.
I still don't think about it because I'm just doing me and not thinking that anyone else wanted to do us. Right. You know, there's a difference between me. For me, there's a difference between influence and biting.
Right.
If I'm inspired by Bez or Prince to do something, I'm inspired to do it my way.
Right.
Not let me repeat it verbatim or the same way. That's my inspiration. Like, you're a producer. I'm sure Zaytoven inspired you to go harder, but you're like, let me do my sound
my way,
your way. That's inspiration.
Right.
Biting is like, I'm just gonna take your shit and act like, you know, change a little bit here and act like it's not taken.
Yeah, that was funny because I did that though. Man, me and Zay laughed so hard about it. I had this record with 2 Chainz and Rico. What was his name? Rico something. Not Rico Love. Rico. What was his name? It was a Rico. He rapped. He used to rap. He got locked up. Man.
Okay.
I forget his name. But man, I had a beat so close to Zay, you'd have thought it was Zay. and when Zay heard it, he just looked at me like, Cash is you dare. Yeah. I'm talking about, but every morning at 10 o'clock, I'm at this guy's front door walking in the house making beats with him. So it was one day, it was one beat was gonna get out that was like mimicking exactly him.
Yeah.
And now, man, I was like, man, I feel so bad. I put his tag on it. I was like, I put your tag on it. This sound, I felt so bad, like Josh. Like, why don't you do that, Cash?
But you know, recognizing
real
is one
recognize
thing.
real.
Yeah, recognizing is one thing, not recognizing another, man. But I appreciate that, man. But is there any last words you want to tell the people of the world, man?
Man, just appreciate y'all fucking with me. If I could cuss on this,
yeah, you good, you good.
Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, CashIsJ07, and just be expecting a lot of new music from me.
Right,
and that's it.
And we're gonna get you back. We're gonna get you back on your health, bro. I know
we
you
definitely
didn't gain your weight back. It happens.
Oh man,
we'll get you back, bro.
Definitely working on that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so as long as you don't put them in one of those sweatsuits where you just
that's the first thing I'm gonna do, and we're gonna hit Stone Mountain.
Can't wait to do it. That's how I started.
Do it in the winter.
Nah, not
it's still gonna be hot as shit in that sweatsuit. That thing is 200 degrees.
Dad
Man,
be
bruh,
doing that shit. I be like,
sweat
man, you
bacon
too
in
old
that
for this
motherfucker.
shit.
That shit's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
Go get a tummy tuck.
You guys keep it locked.
We do it
B100.
the easy way.
Hey,
Fuck
hey,
it.
Incredible show and
hey, we take
podcast.
shortcuts around this motherfucker.
All being brought to you by Bez's Tummy Tuck.
Hey, he said he
Tummy
gonna
Tuck.
get the
Miami.
sculpted
Back at it again, world, man. The incredible show and podcast, world's best host, ET, the boy, Bez, and Prince. I'm sorry, I put y'all names together. We had a good show today, man. We not all the way finito yet, man, but we were talking. Did you want to bring up what that girl said, or it was just interesting because we talked about this in the beginning of the show about the whole R. Kelly situation, and I don't know how in depth you guys know what's going on, but so the charges that R. Kelly, has, what was it, racketeering?
Yeah.
It's weird because y'all don't know that remember the first ever video that came out was like on 2003 or something crazy, was him peeing on that girl, and they were saying that she was a young girl and whatnot. And then all that docuseries stuff came out after, saying all the things that he was supposedly doing, blah 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 blah. And it just looked like, I mean, unless you were blind or deaf, it just sounded like it was people aiding and abetting a guy that was doing wrong. Because, it was the girls like, yeah, I lied about my age. And I used to go to his court case, and I told him I was older than I was. And two girls like, yeah, we used to stay in the house and try to recruit girls to come and stay with us, and, off of MySpace. And it was just a bunch of people aiding and abetting. Yeah, I let my daughter go backstage with him. And it was just like, a bunch of aiding and abetting going on of, someone doing bad things. And it was crazy to me because it doesn't mean he needs to get off. It just means that there needs to be more charges on other stuff. But the racketeering is what people not understanding. It's like you're racketeering is what they do to like mob bosses,
Right?
Yeah. Fucked up.
It's not the same thing, of child molestation and all that kind of stuff. And I think the problem with it is after the first case like got dropped or it didn't happen. These new charges, the new cases, a lot of these girls were young, but they were like 18, 19. They were considered young women. So if they committed a murder at 18 or 19, they're not going to juvie. They're going to prison because they're considered adults in this country. That doesn't mean that it's right. I'm just telling you what the laws are. So this racketeering stuff, it just seems it's a little bit more, we didn't get you like we should have the first time, so we're going to use this to get you now. Yeah. I don't know, I don't wish that kind of stuff on anybody, but it's just weird. What are you looking at? Prince? What is that?
Prince
has got some
he's
white
thirst traps right now.
You got some white guacamole too.
He's thirsty. There's a light skin guacamole.
Oh, is she light? Is she light or white?
She's a light bright.
Oh, I thought she was white.
Lighter, brighter.
I was like, this boy's just trying to dip his carrot in some whipped cream.
I like whipped cream. I went to an all-white college. You know that, right?
You did?
I don't like ranch, mayo, or whipped cream.
That was all that was there. I had to assimilate to my environment.
That's true.
You had to assimilate to your environment?
Yes. And I assimilated.
Where's that? Where did I know that name assimilate from?
It means get in.
Oh, you was part of the Borg.
Look, I had to, man.
What college you went to, friend?
Sanford University in Birmingham, Alabama.
What frat was you in?
I pledged Phi Beta Sigma at University of Georgia.
Oh,
okay.
This is a smart man. That's good.
Wow.
I dropped out of high school. And I work at the gas station during the day.
Hey, you went and got your degree. You played ball.
Yeah,
you felt bad for yourself after your knee. All
right, Prince, goddamn.
And then now look at you. No, I was building up to the crescendo.
Thank you. That is true.
To the crescendo.
After our lows, there are highs.
We are doing too much music around here. To the crescendo.
I had my own lows too.
I don't know, bro. I don't think you had lows. You went from like being a promoter, you went to a white college, you got to smash Snow Bunnies, and then you went to Georgia State, you smashed some mixed girls, and then you was a promoter, then you became publishing.
I never was a promoter. I just invested with my boy.
Well, you was an investor then. My fault.
But I used to come and kick it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kick the shit because I'm from the A. I like to fuck around every
right.
now and then.
Yeah, like his life doesn't sound too pretty. Like,
there was some lows. Bez was there for a couple of them.
What you got pulled over for a ticket?
No, I had to hide my car.
I had to hide my car.
That ain't that low.
I got with Prince, right? And we managed some artists, and we went broke for them. Literally
exactly.
broke.
Right.
Like evicted from our houses and repo for trying to
get
after us. Me and Prince have been through a lot, man. Like,
right.
Real talk.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he hid his car in my garage.
That's a fact.
I parked my car at his
my
spot,
house.
and my shit got repoed.
Yeah. And my shit was safe because mine was in this garage.
So we like I'm serious, like for real, like
We've
there's
been
some
through
war
this shit.
stories.
Real
Like,
talk.
behind all the success, there's some highs, there's some lows. But one thing we gotta learn is never let that stop you from your goal.
Of
Never.
smashing white women, because that's the whole goal right now.
Yeah.
Me and Prince got gangster stories too.
Nah, I believe.
I was in the streets.
Gangster stories, and people don't know that I don't walk away from shit.
Yeah.
I believe that about you.
Then you can
I
find
believe
out
that
what
about
it
you.
is.
I believe that
walk
about
away
Prince.
from
Y'all don't walk away from nothing.
Nah. Definitely not. I think we the some of the wrong guys to fuck around. Because I'm gonna be real with you. In this game, it's kind of like the streets, right? But if you are pure at heart, you can sleep at night. You good. But if you in this shit to fuck people over, just like Cash just said, like then you're gonna have to be watching behind your back.
Yeah, I think that the
you wanna fuck people over, you're gonna get fucked up.
When people say this industry is like the streets, I don't think people understand what that actually means.
Oh man.
They talk about the violent part, but I think people don't understand like the fucking people over that is what leads to the violent parts.
Well, the industry, this is not like a Fortune 500 company where everything is logistically on paper and we sit up here and we have laws.
Yeah.
I can take somebody to court and I can do all of that. Law is what we make it. So it's like if you fuck us over, then anything can happen.
In the music industry, it's up for interpretation so much. Even if you do have paperwork, the interpretation of it is like, it's kind of like, I
can kind of bend this corner.
Yeah, I can kind of bend this corner, and I can kind of do this, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, I know I signed this contract, but this was the 10 loopholes that you didn't see.
Yeah, exactly. They say that instead of getting killed by the bullet in this, in this game, you get killed by the pen.
Yeah,
the pen will
murder you all day.
Real talk.
There's been a lot of artists that have got murdered over this, and for whatever reasons,
because they didn't have the right representation with them or team.
But I always tell people all the time, like, not having the right representation or team isn't your fault because you don't know any better. It doesn't mean that it's right for that person to take advantage of that because it's going to come back on them.
It's not. That is the truth. I just had a talk with a person in my office the other day, and I said, look at all the greats who fuck people over. Like Suge right now should be the best of the best. Yeah. Irv should be the best of the best.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You feel me? Diddy's the only nigga right now that's still, dancing right now.
Yeah.
And I hope that nothing happens to him. But at the end of the day, I heard Lil Wayne manager Birdman. I heard Birdman say, when he was coming up and he had all that money, he didn't understand, the game. Mm-hmm. Anybody he did fuck over, and once he finally found out, he, gave him back their money plus more. You feel me?
Right.
So I understand that. You feel me? If you fuck somebody over
and you learn from it,
you go back and you try to
rectify.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's funny because I was thinking about the whole Diddy situation when it came to Jermaine Dupri and that supposedly battle.
Yeah.
And it was funny to me, and I'm thinking to myself, like, how many songs did Diddy actually produce? I was like, I know him as a businessman.
Definitely a businessman.
Very smart businessman, made the right investments.
A&R, Lydia.
Okay, fine.
That's it.
But A&R, that's great, and you hire like what Hitman and or Hit Squad or whatever.
That's A&R, no.
Yeah, but that's fine. But you didn't produce it.
Well,
do you get what you know what I'm saying? Like
he executive producer.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's signing it. I get it, but that's like saying that's kind of like saying, well, I know you threw those touchdown passes, but it's really me throwing the touchdown passes. Like, no, you didn't. You were not on the field.
Well, this is the thing. Okay, I get it. That is a tough spot.
It's a tough spot to be in because it recognized. But see, now I'm not taking away the fact that he's a dope businessman. I think his business decisions should go down in the fucking Hall of Fame.
So his business, watch this. His business decisions, he earns a percentage on that record.
Right, but
so that's
fine.
What makes him the executive producer.
That's fine, but you're not you didn't
no,
make
he's
it.
Not,
like,
no.
I don't think you should. Really, JD should be doing the verses with like Stevie J or something like that.
Yes, exactly.
Stevie J's records.
Exactly.
Like
no, I agree with you.
He did like his records did like 90 million for Bad Boy.
But see, this is where it comes into the picture, right? You have somebody who was a successful label,
okay, a
music producer,
a
A&R, and has a tree.
Where's his music production?
I'm talking about Jermaine.
Jermaine's different.
But what I'm saying,
you're talking about he's successful as an artist. He was a writer,
exactly, and
he makes the beats, right. And he says sing it this way. Like that's a producer.
And then my thing is,
like, really, it should be. I still think Dre would clobber him, but it should be like JD versus Dr. Dre, not really from a producer perspective. Producer.
That would be
Like
I
if we,
don't think it'll be that much of a clobber.
I don't think it'd be. I think it'd be a big clobber.
I don't think so.
I don't think
know.
so. I don't think so.
Well, then again,
I don't think so. I believe that.
I think the difference between Jermaine Dupri and like a Dr. Dre production wise, hear me out, is that Dre, for like when he came out as a producer, he was creating something never heard that changed the game, and then he did it like 4 different times. He did it in the late '80s with NWA, which spawned out Ruthless Records and Eazy-E, and then then he did it again in the
I
early
agree with
'90s
that.
with Tupac, and then Snoop Dogg and everybody else that came
Then
out of
he
Death
came
Row.
back with
Then he did it again in the
Eminem.
late '90s with Eminem and everybody
Right,
else.
right, right.
Then he
Here
did
we
it again in the early 2000s with 50 Cent,
Yeah.
and then he did it in the mid 2000s with Kendrick Lamar. Like, I mean, the list
No, you're
goes
right.
on, bro.
Oh yeah,
Right, right.
I
So how about
agree.
And
with
then
you.
he's also produced for Mary J. Blige. Like, he has his R&B as well. I think that people, as a producer, he's created sounds that everyone else has been able to pick off of. If there was a grandfather of the urban market, it's Dre. Now, if there's someone that's been dope within that, it's Jermaine Dupri. Because this guy's, come on, producing wise, Sing It This Way. I mean, come on, bro. Someone to Escape,
So how about
Jagged Edge.
How about
Timberland is another Dre in the sense that he came in with another sound. He came in with another sound, but I don't know when that production of his career started.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, so it's like late '90s, early 2000s.
Uh-huh.
This is Dre's already 15, 20 years ahead of him already.
Yeah. No, I was saying Jermaine Dupri.
So Jermaine Dupri and Now I would.
I like that.
Now Jermaine Dupri and Timberland, I would watch that battle. I still put my money on JD though.
Hey, you know who we hadn't talked about?
I put my money up on him, but I'm not saying. Listen, I think it's a fair battle though. I'm not saying he's gonna clobber him. I think that's a fair battle.
What about like Jazzy Faye?
No,
Jazzy
love
Faye?
Jazzy Faye.
Definitely not.
No, love him.
Jazzy Faye and who?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Not
all right.
JD.
No. He's trying to figure out the other component.
Oh, I don't know.
How about Derek Williams?
Manny Fresh, I already did that.
Or Derek Williams? Okay.
Oh, Jazzy Faye and Manny Fresh. Ooh,
But Manny Fresh already went against and got clobbered by who was that?
did Manny Fresh have one? I missed it.
Yeah.
He had a versus.
Yeah, he had a verse. That's how forgettable it was. He got smashed.
Manny
But
Fresh had a versus.
It was with somebody who had so many.
There was
hits.
no promotion for
I
that.
was just sitting there like, oh my God, this is a slaughterhouse right now.
Really?
Yes, go back and look it up. I
Fucking
don't look it
sad.
up right now.
I didn't even know it existed.
But I think Jazzy should be with somebody. I don't know who.
I don't know. I think that Timberland and JD is a better battle. I just think there's some people like Dre is kind of like, you know what, there's no one he's gonna go. It's kind of like R. Kelly. Who's R. Kelly gonna verse in the verses
Nobody.
R&B wise? R&B wise, late '80s till now. Come on, bro. Go to your room. This man said, "Tell the Campbell."
Close the door.
one
and
song.
turn in the corner.
But it's like there's just certain people like they don't have no one to go up against. It'd be R. Kelly versus like Michael Jackson, and he's that Michael Jackson's got songs for before he gets to the '80s. He'll be playing like 30 records. You know what I mean?
Who's the artist that R. Kelly came in front of? Y'all know that?
Came in front of
Yeah, it was another artist. That
Aaron
was out.
Hall.
Yes, there you go.
Aaron Hall.
He took Aaron Hall.
He took his whole spot?
His whole swag spot, everything.
Really?
Everything. R. Kelly looked just like Aaron Hall.
Hall from God.
Oh, okay.
Killed them.
Yeah, that was the last.
Definitely killed them. Then
But Aaron Hall had some great records.
Yes,
I
excellent.
miss you. I'm talking to you, baby. That was a record right there, man.
Yeah, but it's different. I mean, I just
made
I
from
just
that
think
record.
that it's just all right.
Yeah,
But anyway,
so-
we got on the conversation just because of the whole him going to court for racketeering. It's just like what, and I slick think it's because when he got off on the first case, which was the pissing on the girl, he got off on that.
He was giving her a golden
I
shower.
think,
How old was that girl again?
apparently that's the whole thing. No, there was
That was
never
crazy.
nothing confirmed.
So she could have been 18.
There was nothing confirmed about it, and that the whole point at the time was they couldn't confirm. And then at the time, the family wouldn't say it was their daughter or not.
Because that would definitely embarrass her for the rest of her life.
You know what I mean? And then it was like but whatchamacallit, his artist was saying that it was her niece, Sparkles, right?
she
And it was
finally
like she's
came
like
out, yeah.
she was like, I'm the one that introduced him, and then I'm like, but you said you knew
So
what they was
but
like.
how old was she supposed to be though? 16.
Like 15 or something like that, 15 or 16,
But
I
she
think.
could have been 18, right?
I don't know.
And he's in
Supposedly
jail right now because of that.
of
video.
racketeering.
Explain racketeering, please.
Isn't it like racketeering is like making money illegally, doing illegal things, basically. That's the ghetto version. So you
So he made money off of Penguin.
no
Oh.
that perpetrators are fraudulent, basically making money illegally. He is making money illegally. Yeah, in a business manner. So like mobs, like the mob or something like that.
So what did he? Okay,
So that's what my point is like it's the racketeering part of it is kind of like it doesn't make any sense. Like what did you racketeering? Oh, racketeering and sex trafficking, but it's not
What is it?
so sex trafficking. So he was making money. They're saying okay, listen, we found you guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking.
They got
women.
a meaning to the side of what racketeering.
Well, yeah, we know that it's basically like making money as a business illegally. But he was basically saying they're saying he was racketeering and sex trafficking women, but not minors.
Oh, okay.
So what they're saying is,
did he really sex traffic though?
yeah, it's my point. It's like I don't
Riding first class to meet you is sex trafficking. Just being honest, is that sex trafficking? Being on a tour bus watching TV with your feet kicked up, is that sex trafficking?
you know what's so crazy is
I'm sure he wasn't in the back of a box van.
no, I would like to see what the transcripts were like, but it just
He was in the kidnap van.
Yes, the kid. I know he wasn't in that
Echo
shit.
line.
Yes, like what the fuck?
he was getting his head. He's getting his head.
with the furry seats.
He's getting his dick sucked in the mystery machine. In the mystery machine, Scooby Doo.
Yo,
You know.
man, stop.
So what is? That's what I want to know, and that's what I would have asked. I'm like, yo, what is the sex trafficking? How am I sex trafficking? Me abusing, cool. I can deal
So
with that.
federal child. So R. Kelly has been been in custody since his arrest outside of his home, Chicago. 2019. He was still facing federal child pornography and obstruction charges in Illinois, where a trial will be scheduled now that the New York proceedings have ended. So the New York proceedings are racketeering, and so now he's supposed to face charges in Chicago of the child pornography. So that's still up in the air. The racketeering part was the New York part.
What happened in New York?
They're saying it was racketeering. So basically, he was doing illegal business.
He was getting paid.
Trials and stands ahead of New York verdict. So R. Kelly's sex crimes trial stands ahead of New York's verdict, but it's coming up after this. So he's still got some more things to look forward to.
So he's already doing 300 years in jail.
Yeah, he's done. Like he's cooked. So the only thing the only thing that this can happen now is that that his lawyer already said they're gonna appeal it, right? But at this point for R. Kelly, it's a wrap.
Just pray.
Yeah,
And just hope that
I'm
his
praying for
soul
everyone that's been
Just,
involved
I mean-
with him and allowed this to happen in and around him. But like, I don't wish nothing like that on anybody. And I know the kids, whatever, all that stuff.
Everybody
I mean, they're grown now.
Yeah, I mean, anyone that went through that stuff and is traumatized by it, I wish none of that evil on you.
Well, let me ask you this: why do you think it all came out now, though? Why now? Before he got locked up, did y'all see what he was doing?
The thing, and that's what a lot of artists was saying is like, it's like
Problem.
y'all was making songs. How many of y'all? You know what I want to know? How many songs do y'all have with this man before he got arrested? Like, do you have a remix with Trey songs that no one's heard or Chris Brown?
Remember on the Chris Brown Heartbreaking Full Moon?
Yeah, or do you have a record with Tory Lanez or Drake that we don't know about that never came out that you recorded? That y'all were with it because it was like, well, fuck it, what I mean, we're gonna make money. It's R. Kelly. This wasn't like information that was hidden. It was like well known that this, You know, it's like, but people know that R. Kelly musically is like a genius, and they're like, well, yeah, you know, he touches little girls, but you know, he's gonna make me a hit. You know, and that
Before he went to jail, he was
even behind the scenes, even
moving around. a
even
lot.
yeah, he was doing.
lot.
People were calling him a molester, and he was still doing packing out shows.
Yep.
They were like, yeah, he's touching girls. They were saying that he was calling girls backstage. Bruh, what's her name? Haley Calhoun in Atlanta dated him at like 18, 19. Went backstage with her mom.
I met R. Kelly one time in Atlanta,
I met him in Chicago.
and it scared me. I'm not gonna lie. I swear to God. Yeah, like I met R. Kelly. I forgot what fucking studio. Artist Factory, actually, in the main room of Artist Factory. There like 2 a.m, and I was about to get up and leave, and you know he's coming in the studio, but the engineer straight up said, "You know how Kel's like his bitch." I'm thinking he's playing now. So you know how Kel's like his bitches. The dude that I was with said, "What you talking about?" He said, "You know, young and shit." So he wanted everybody out the room. I thought he was playing around because you know niggas started laughing and shit, but I think he was dead ass serious.
Nah, you see it.
So
That's crazy.
That is crazy. He was literally walking in, you know, down the hall. So we all had to get out, 'cause, you know what I'm saying, before he came in. But that's why we was leaving though, because there's other girls that was coming in and shit, and they were young. So,
But see, that's my point though. Everyone was contributing. If Kels is coming, we know how he likes his bitches, but I gotta make this beat. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're contributing to it because someone's rich and wealthy. This is the same thing, like I was saying before, when it comes to like psychopaths, and as long as you're rich and wealthy, you know, we'll supply as long as you keep making the hits.
Yo, bro, that girl was 16 in there. He paid me tonight. Keep my mouth shut. I'm going back home. Gotta pay rent. I don't know shit.
All I know is at 16, I knew right from wrong, and
so the 16-year-old knows then.
yeah, she knows. I'm not. That's my point though. It's not like he's doing it like. It doesn't make it right in any means. But at 16, I knew I didn't want to bag my 40-year-old whatever.
Hold on. Watch this. What you say? What?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's the truth. It doesn't make it right, but it's like, come on. The girls admitted in the series that they lied about their age. Some of them did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what do I do? I need your ID. Yeah, R. Kelly has told us since day one in all his songs. I need your ID. I need all of that. So, did the kids have IDs?
No, listen. They come. Listen, they come. Remember
somebody comes to
you. Do you remember the girl? Do you remember the girl in the docu-series? I don't know if you watched all the series.
I watched every series.
Okay. Do you remember the girl? Do you remember that one chick that said she was? Remember he was going to his first court cases, and she was like, "I was skipping school to go there."
Yes.
And I was visiting him, and I was telling him, like, I told him she's like, "I'm not gonna lie, I told him I was older." Like, what are you doing?
All right, hold on, real quick.
Does it make it right?
Not...
No, on his part, no. But at the same time, like what? Like,
okay,
don't listen, bro. Don't walk into a lion's den and go, you know what? This lion's not going to eat this gazelle. It eats gazelles.
Not this one though.
Not this one though. You know, it's this one. It's not going to really eat this wildebeest, even though I know it loves wildebeests. But this one's
a vegan.
It's this lion for this. Today, it's not going to eat this one.
So
it's a lion.
Okay, so how do you get out of that though? I'm probably high. I'm drunk. I see a female. She looks good. She's 16. I'm thinking she's 18. She tells me she's 18. Then what?
I don't know. The thing.
Walk away.
I guess so.
And she tell that's crazy as fuck.
I think a lot of
like old bitches, grannies. So the females be in trouble for doing all that. Yes,
but they should be, but they're not. That's our point though. It's like you guys are sitting here, and then the parents that let their daughters go backstage, you hear the girl, well, I couldn't get a hold of my daughter, and we let her go backstage.
Whoa. Why is your daughter even at that concert?
Because they went there with them. And then when he was like, yo, come backstage, and they were like, yeah, go, R. Kelly wants you to go ahead.
Crazy.
It's like he's a lion, and you're sending a wildebeest to go backstage like he's not gonna eat it. It's a lion.
Let me ask you, do you think Michael Jackson messed with kids?
No. They already came out and said that was, remember the kids came out and said that it was fake. But that never got the same news coverage as the trial because
So real quick, let me tell you a little story right about that. Wife comes home. She's working at a law firm. She says, you're not going to fucking believe who works at my job. I said, who works at your job, honey? She said, the Spanish kid that lied on Michael Jackson. works at my law firm. He's a paralegal. I said, shut the fuck up. I said, I don't believe you. Bro, I go up there. It's the same dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how? Like, you have to be hated, bro.
Yeah, you lied on Michael
lied on
Jackson,
Michael,
but
bro.
it got no press because it wasn't as sexy to talk about Michael Jackson. Like, come on, that nigga's like listen, the guy doesn't have a childhood, so he builds a 100-acre ranch with a train on it and some animals. Like, he's living his life. Like,
And he made us believe in Never Neverland.
yeah, like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, it's not my thing because I had a childhood. So if I had that kind of money, I want an adult playground.
Yeah.
But for him,
That is true. You want an
You want to
adult
go over
playground.
with
Yeah.
Mikey and make songs?
yeah,
No,
in his
no.
mind, he's like, you
I want to
know,
go to KOD.
oh man, if I had a 100-acre farm because I had a childhood, plus there'd be poles like random places. You know what I mean? Like, just random. Like,
Yo, bro,
as soon as you
after-
pull in the garage, like, here's a pole right there, bitch. Let me turn the lights on. Like,
We're having Thanksgiving dinners in the dining room.
right in the dining room, right in the middle of the dining room table.
Oh,
You know what I
man.
mean? It'd be like pan poles. Yeah. It'd be ATM machines posted around anywhere so I could pull out 100.
Any given time, it can go down.
Time is going down. Anywhere in
going
100.
down.
Even in the middle of the forest of 100 acres, I'd have an ATM machine right next to an oak tree. Anyway, man, we got to get up out of here. Your Incredible
Yeah.
Show and Podcast. We're gone. It's Tuesday. You guys be safe. All right, we're gone.
Yes,
You do.
sir.